Good morning and welcome back to OBM Arena. Fox Motors against the Rochester Junior Americans to start the day. Richmond, Enrique, and Day up front for Fox. Kuhn and Smilich on D. Fox in the Rochester zone. Fox in white. Rochester puck in front, uncovered, and Rochester starts the scoring. 1-0, 37 seconds into the game. We'll chalk that one up to early morning. Richmond centers Day and Enrique, Moore, and Thorrington back on D. Rochester, another shot on goal. Aiden kicks it. Vitale kicks it to the left side. Enrique through the neutral zone. Pass up to Liam Day. Rochester sends it around the boards to the far side. Richmond applies some pressure. Now Moore puts a shot towards net, hits a foot of a Rochester player, and they break it out. Cale Thorrington chases. Cale backhand gets intercepted by Rochester. Pass across the middle does not connect. Enrique. Pass today does not connect. Rochester gathers in their zone. Martsky brings the puck in offsides for the whistle. 13:24 left in the first. 1-0 Rochester. Martsky, Stark, and Bateson up front for Fox. Hilla and Smilinich on D. Rochester brings it into the Fox zone momentarily, but Bateson chips the puck back to the neutral zone. Rochester again brings it in. Martsky has it on his stick. Jake Martsky wheels, comes up the center ice. Defense by Rochester, chips it away, but Martsky still goes after it. Puck around the side, around the end boards. Rochester gets it out. Carter Stark now applying pressure along the far side boards. Rochester, though, still has control. Pass on in front, does not connect. But on the D, shot on Vitale. Aiden blocks. Kellen Hilla now chases behind the Fox net. Hilla still after it. Reverse pass to Bateson. Bateson centers to Martsky, who lands it, but Rochester there to lift his stick. And we're going to get a penalty. Jake Martsky's going to go for a high stick. Go to Toronto on that one. Fox on the penalty kill here. That's Jackson Kuhn behind the net. And Caden Finnerty. Finnerty sends a pass out, but Rochester intercepts. Shot on goals tipped by Moore to the near side boards. Rochester now D. Pass down low. Backhand pass into the slot. That gets chipped away by Finnerty. Rochester, though, still has control. Puck loose behind the net. Backhand shot on Vitale stopped. Kuhn tries to clear, but kept in by Rochester. Pass down low to Rochester. Another shot on Vitale. Third shot. Moore finally clears away the rebound attempt. Shot towards Vitale. Catches this one. 40 seconds left in the penalty kill. 11:25 left in the first. 1-0 Junior Americans. Rochester scored 30 seconds into the game. Richmond's will center Enrique and Hilla and Thorrington on D. Fox wins the draw, but Rochester keeps it in the zone. Second attempt, leaves the zone. Now Hunter Enrique has it. Hunter Enrique around the defender. Clear shot on goal. Shot, and it's in! Hunter Enrique with a blister from the left side. And Fox squares this game up. Short-handed goal. Top of the day to the Richmonds, who are somewhere floating in the Atlantic, I believe. As Nolan wins the draw, back to the defender. That's Thorrington, sends a pass, doesn't connect to Enrique. Rochester circles in the neutral. They come in on a rush. Good job by Richmond to apply some pressure. A rebound attempt, a dangerous rebound attempt cleared out by the defense. Goes for an ice. 6 seconds remain on the Martsky high stick. 10:51 left in the first. Tied at 1. Hilla sends a backhand pass along the boards to Enrique just as Martsky leaves the penalty box. Fox back to full strength. Liam Day on the ice. Kellen Hilla on the point, trying to keep the puck in. Successful. Enrique gets a shot towards the net, bounces back around the near side board where Richmond comes after it. And Rochester breaks it out. Cale Thorrington with good defensive pressure sends the puck deep behind Vitale. Rochester, though, is still there. They swarm in front. Good play by Thorrington. That pass did not connect. That's going to go down for an ice. Martsky draws. Rochester wins, gets it back to the D. They send a pass along the near side boards. Martsky and Kuhn trying to dig it out. Carter Stark there as well. Stark looks up, backhand pass. Does not connect with Bateson. Intercepted by Rochester. They now bring it into the Fox zone. Low shot on Vitale's blocked. Rebound attempt blocked and cleared out by Martsky. Jake Martsky now. Intercepted by Rochester, but Lucas Smilanich gets control and sends it into the other end. Bateson hustles, still hustling, creates a turnover. Stark punches it out. Martsky has it now. Jake Martsky shot on net that's blocked towards the boards. Puck still loose behind the net. Martsky still has it. Martsky and Bateson. Now Carter Stark applies some pressure, but that goes to Smilanich at the point. Lucas shot on net, and that just goes wide left, but Martsky has it. Wraparound attempt, not good. Carter Stark a shot. That just goes, I think the goalie got it. Kuhn now has it at the point. Puts it back deep for Martsky. But Rochester, nifty tip. They try to cross-ice pass, intercepted by Kuhn. And Jackson sends it deep. And with that, Fox will earn its first power play of the game. I think a hook is the call on that. as Kuhn kept the puck in the zone. I think he was held down, possibly. Interference. So 8:35 left in the first, 1-1. Fox power play. Richmond, Finnerty, and Lopshire on offense. This is Finnerty with it in the far corner. Caden tries to find a man. Unsuccessful. Rochester intercepts, and they skate back. Thornton and Hilla back on D. This is Thornton chasing. Kale, centering pass does not connect. That goes all the way down on goal. No ice. Rochester tries to get it out of the zone. Finnerty, Richmond, and Lopshire all trying to keep it in. Lopshire has it on his stick. Sends it over to Richmond, who brings it in. Nolan Richmond, a nifty move. Shot goes off of the Rochester player on the far side boards. Finnerty and Lopshire working it. Puck gets free. Rochester skates out. Falls off his stick, but Rochester sends it down for the ice. 30 seconds remain on the Fox power play. 7:35 left in the first. All tied at 1. Martzke, Enrique, and Day up front. Thornton and Moore back on D. Enrique has it on his stick. Pass back to Thornton. He tries to feed a pass down low, but that's intercepted by Rochester. Fox intercepts at the blue, trying to keep it in, but not successful. Rochester now on the drive. Liam Day and Evan Moore applying pressure. Enrique tries to clear. Martzke finally gets it out of the zone. Rochester tries to dump. 2 seconds left in the Rochester penalty. Offsides call. Rochester wins the draw. They take it right into the Fox zone. Shot on Vitale is blocked. Thornton working it along the far side boards, trying to exit the zone. Successful now. It squirts out. Liam Day and Cale Thornton working on getting it in. Thornton has it along the far side boards. Cale, backhand pass in front. Almost connected. Puck is loose in front, and the Rochester goalie finally covers for the whistle. 6:38 left in the first. Even strength. Martzke on the draw, won by Rochester, but gets it to Hilla, who sends it behind the net. Martzke chases. Enrique now has it on his backhand. Hunter Enrique, centering pass gets intercepted. Enrique and Martzke trying to free it. Day comes in to help. Puck now free, Enrique. Enrique battling still. Puck comes along the near side boards. Lucas Smilanich stops it, and he regroups back into the neutral with Kellen Hilla. Puck now comes back to the neutral zone. Smilanich, reverse. Now Martzke has it. Martzke passed to Enrique, and that gets taken away by Rochester. They break it out, but Kellen Hilla now moves it. Far side pass, almost connected with Martzke. That one bounces through into the zone. Martzke giving chase. Rochester breaks it out through the neutral zone and into the Fox zone. Kellen Hilla playing good defense. Hunter Enrique back to help. Hunter sends one off the boards. That connects with Liam Day at mid-ice. Liam in now. Liam Day around. Shot is in! Beautiful shot by Liam. Low and fast. Tough to find those with the legs. And Fox pulls ahead 2-1, 4:56 remaining in the first. Richmond, Stark, and Bateson now out for Fox. Kuhn and Moore back on D. Pressure applied. Puck comes out of the Fox zone. Rochester has to regroup. Stark and Moore, pressure along the near side. Kuhn behind the net. Puck comes out in front, but Kuhn gathers it. Sends it along the far side board. Reed Bateson punches it out. Bateson goes after it, but it's held in by Rochester. Richmond, backhand pass to Kuhn. Kuhn punches it to Bateson. Now he's got some space. He sends a far side pass to Stark, who advances it into the zone. Carter Stark chases now behind the net. He gets tied up by Rochester. They make a pass that gets intercepted by Richmond, but back on the stick of a Rochester player. Shot towards Vitale. That's stopped, and Aiden will hold for a whistle. Goals by Enrique and Day. Here in the first, Fox leads 2-1. On the ice, Finnerty, Lopshire, and Martsky. Thornton and Hilla on D for Fox. Junior Americans win the draw, but intercepted by Fox. That's Thornton feeding Lopshire. Parker now with an open shot on net. Parker shot, just backhand shot blocked. Nice try. Puck loose, back to Thornton. That's chipped up into the netting. Kellen Hilla with a great feed up to Lopshire, who had a great opportunity. A great save by the goalie, really. Martsky on the draw. He wins it back to Lopshire. Parker tries to send it back to Martsky, but that gets intercepted by Rochester, and Fox needs to regroup. This is Thornton off the boards. Finnerty giving chase, but not successful. Rochester Americans now into the Fox zone. Good D by Fox. That's Thornton, ties him up. Puck though held in by Rochester. High shot on Vitale. That goes wide. Rebound chance. That gets chipped over the net. Kellen Hill into the corner. And Fox will get a penalty. I'm not sure that was intentional, but rule is the rule. Kellen going in hard in the corner. But not yet. Rochester still has the puck here. Rebound chance. Shot wide, and finally Fox touches up with a whistle. Penalty kill with 2:41 left in the first period. 2-1 Fox lead. Puck now in control by Rochester. Centering pass goes a little bit high, and Enrique's there to intercept. Fox tries to enter the zone, but offsides. Enrique and Day working well together. Face off, Liam Day. Enrique is his line mate up front. Kuhn and Smilanich are back on D. Rochester brings it into the Fox zone. 1:02 remains in the Rochester power play. Liam Day, Enrique, Thornton, and Kuhn out there for Fox. Shot on Vitale. Kick save to the right side. Now advanced through the neutral zone by Enrique. Hunter Enrique weaves his way. Tries to get a shot that gets deflected. Although the chip ends up at the goalie. Then he covered. Face-off won by Rochester. As they chip one through the neutral zone. Kuhn intercepts. Jackson Kuhn now sends it in deep for Fox. .25 seconds remain on the penalty kill. Lucas smiling at shot. Oh. Power play goal scored by Rochester. Centering pass on the tape. Two to two, 1:27 remains in the first. Richmond, Bateson, and Stark for Fox. Richmond wins the draw back to Thornton, who hits Bateson along the far side. Fox advancing into the zone. Bateson's centering pass gets chipped into the near side corner. Richmond still has control, centers it. That gets all the way out to Moore at the point. Evan tries to send a shot that gets blocked. Carter Stark has it on the stick. Shot on goal. No good. Rochester brings it back. But puck is set back out. That's Richmond had it, but lost an edge. There's Nolan Richmond again. Steals the pass, or steals the puck. Nolan tries to weave his way in, and offside is the call. Rochester on a rush towards Vitale. Shot on net, goes wide right. Puck loose behind the net, where Richmond now carries it. Nolan sends a pass that hits Bateson in the skate. Icing is waved off. Carter Stark and Richmond along that side, but Rochester gets it out. Rochester moving it into the D zone. Moore gets a stick on that shot. His stick went in the net, but puck smothered by Vitale. 2-2, 9 seconds remain in the first. Face-off won by Fox. It's Kellen Hilla behind the net. 3-2-1, and the end of the first.
Vitale here with your intermission report. We've got a special guest today. Thanks for making
All right, second period action about to begin. Martsky centers Finnerty and Lopshire. Smilinich and Hilla back on D. Martsky ties it up for Finnerty, who takes it clean. Finnerty into the Rochester zone. Caden along the right side, shot over the goal. But Kellen Hilla on D keeps it in momentarily, but Rochester gets a break pass. Smilinich with his speed catches and moves the puck out of the Fox zone. Finnerty frees the man from the puck. Martsky tries to advance it, but unsuccessful. Rochester now tries to send a pass. Finnerty sends this one deep into the zone for the change. Rochester breaks it out. Lucas holds them at the line. Pass to Day, who has it alone. Liam Day brings it in. He's ridden off the puck and into the goalie for the whistle. Nolan Richmond, Hunter Enrique, and Liam Day. Moore and Kuhn on defense. Puck tied up, but Rochester comes out with it. Rochester now bringing it into the Fox zone. That's Evan Moore applying some deep pressure. Shot gets tipped behind the Fox net. Kuhn puts it off the boards where Nolan Richmond has it. Nolan carries it past the defender. Backhand pass up to Liam Day. Day drags, tries to get it through, unsuccessful. Rochester now through the neutral zone. That's Nolan Richmond with pressure. Blocks the dump in attempt, and Enrique frees it. Hunter Enrique brings it forward, gets a shot on goal that's deflected back behind the Junior Americans net. Rochester now breaking it out. They don't connect on a pass. Kuhn tries to send one far side, but fails. Shot coming in. Evan gets in his stick in to disrupt. Puck comes out to Liam Day, but kept in by Rochester. Kuhn, backhand pass along the near side boards, trying to connect with Day. A little short. Jackson going for the puck, but pushed the skate of a Rochester player. So Jackson Kuhn will go to the box for another Fox penalty. 12:48 in the second, 2-2 the score. Martsky wins the draw. Thornton sends it along the far side boards. That's Kellen Hilla trying to get control. Kellen tries, not successful, to exit the zone. Rochester now with control along the near side. Hard dump into the zone, but Martsky intercepts. Jake puts one off of a stick. It's kept in the zone. Hilla chips it off to Enrique, who sends a pass to Martsky in the middle. Job by Rochester to keep control. They try to enter the Fox zone again, this time successful. Shot on Vitale is blocked. High stick. Ooh, no high stick. 40 seconds remain in the Fox penalty kill. Carter Stark out there with Jake Martsky, Cale Thornton, and Kellen Hilla on D. Rochester along the near side. Thornton applying pressure. Cale Thornton now with it. Kellen Hilla moves the puck to the far side boards. Rochester there to gather. Fox will get whistled on a penalty. Thornton on the slash. 5-on-3 for 6 seconds. 11:24 left in the second period. Moore and Smilanich on D. Martsky takes the draw. Rochester gets the draw. Back to the D they go. Fox will be adding a player here momentarily. Shot on goal and it goes in. Snuck in along the left side. That should clear both penalties. Puck should be on the even strength. Three to 2 now, Rochester with the lead. Fox wins the draw. That's Bateson, sends it to the near side boards. Bateson and Richmond trying to work something. Puck sent far side by Rochester. Kept in by Stark. Rochester tries to advance. That one's kept in by Moore. That one's kept in by Smilanich. Richmond has a shot. That gets saved by the Rochester goalie for the whistle. Carter Stark with a shot in the center that doesn't connect. Rochester now breaking it out. Puck sent deep into the Fox zone where Smilanich will gather it, but intercepted by Rochester. Moore in now behind the net to play. Rochester gets the puck in front and they score. 4-2. 10:18 left in the second. 4-2, Rochester lead. Martsky wins the draw. Lopshire carries it in for Fox. Finnerty with him. Drop pass intercepted by Rochester, and they bring it into the neutral and advance it into the Fox zone. That's Kuhn applying some pressure along with Finnerty. Puck along the far side boards. Finnerty and Kuhn battling for it. Kellen Hilla will send it off the boards to the Rochester defender who puts it back behind the Fox net. Martsky gives chase. Jake puts it on Lopshire's stick, but Martsky has the puck on his stick now. Gets it on Lopshire. Parker sends a pass in the middle of Finnerty that doesn't connect. Rochester intercepts and advances in. Rochester intercepted by Kuhn, who hits Caden Finnerty on a pass. Finnerty brings it in along the near side. Caden has it on his backhand. Lots of pressure applied. Interceptor taken over by Rochester as they haul it back across the red line. That's Smilanich with some deep pressure. Gets the puck jammed along the boards. Rochester frees it out. Puck still loose behind the net. Kellen Hilla helps. Enrique now along the far side board gives chase. Rochester gets it out of their zone momentarily. Enrique now has it on his stick. Hunter Enrique still has it. He's lost it to the near side boards. Puck now loose behind the Rochester net. Enrique has it. Hunter Enrique looks to make a play. Pass out to the point. Evan Moore keeps it in. D-to-D pass to Smilanich. That shot gets blocked. And Rochester takes it out, but Smilanich picks it off. Lucas Smilanich with a slot shot and saved by the goalie. Richmond, Enrique, and Day now out for Fox. That puck squirts out. Lucas Smilanich gives chase. Rochester with puck control now in the zone. Pass attempt blocked by Richmond, who carries it behind the net. Richmond now carries it along the boards. Still has it. Chip ahead to Liam Day. We have numbers. Day with it. Shot on net. No rebound attempt. Puck squirts behind the net. Rochester has control, but intercepted by Richmond. Richmond with a backhanded pass to Moore. Evan Moore's shot gets caught by a Rochester player. They now bring it back with numbers. 3-on-2. Moore and Smilanich back on D. Rochester gets a shot. Saved by Vitale. That puck is now freed and carried by Hunter Enrique. Fox now with 3-on-2 numbers. Enrique tries to weave it through, but gets kicked by the Rochester player, and they bring it back in the zone. Slap shot blocked by Smilanich, and right back on the stick of Enrique. Enrique now advances into the Fox zone, looking to make a play. Pass to Day, and that almost connected for a goal. Just wide right. Puck free to the D. Hiller with a shot. Rebound attempt cleared out by Rochester. Liam Day tries to get a shot. That comes out of the zone. And Kuhn takes control. Dumped back in by Stark for the offside. .618 remains in the second. 4-2 Rochester Junior Americans. Puck draw won by Fox. But Rochester gets control and brings it into the zone. Good job by Carter Stark to ride the offender off the puck. Bateson has it on his stick. Centering pass to Martzke. Jake Martzke races after it on the far side boards. He gets it into the zone. Martzke has it on his forehand stick. Pass in front is blocked by a defender. Stark has it. Pass back to Hilla on D. D-to-D pass to Kuhn. Jackson Kuhn with a centering pass attempt that doesn't connect. Shot blocked by the goalie. Carter Stark has it on his stick. Pass to Bateson. Bateson shot on goal. And that's snuffed in by the Rochester goalie. .4-2, 5:36 left in the second period. Face-off won by Rochester. They try to get it out of the zone, but that's Caden Finnerty keeping it in. Shot blocked, and Rochester carries it out. Good job by Nolan Richmond on the back check to offsides is the call. Fox wins the draw. Parker Lopshire with the puck on his stick. That defense sends it along the boards and eventually kicks it out of the zone. They now have control, bringing it into the Fox zone. Jackson Kuhn applies pressure and moves the puck away from the offender. Parker Lopshire with a chip out of the zone. Neutral zone play, and Fox is going to go for another penalty. This one will be a hook. Nolan Richmond headed to the box. 4:46 left in the second. Another penalty kill. Hunter Enrique, Smilanich, Moore, and Day on the ice for Fox. Centering pass deflected or sent away by Smilanich. Rochester sends it deep. Evan Moore and some pressure. Rochester still has the centering pass. Jumps over the stick of a Rochester player. Rochester. Face-off won by Rochester. They send it back to their D. Intercepted now by Smilanich. He brings it out. Rochester on the rush. Saved by Vitale. .51 seconds left on the Richmond penalty. Rochester wins the draw, D to D. Shot on net is blocked by Fox. Puck sent behind the boards along the far side. Rochester sends it back. Moore now gives chase behind the Fox net. Sends it along the boards. Back to the Rochester. Enrique frees this. Hunter Enrique now on a rush, all alone. Here's Enrique, shot on goal, saved by the Rochester goalie. Rochester now advances it into the Fox zone through the shooting lane, and the shot goes in.
Play hockey, Evan!
(6-2, 5-2). Rochester. Another one goes in. Jackson Kuhn sends a pass. He chases it into the Rochester zone. Pass sent out in front. Blocked by Rochester. They now carry it into the neutral zone. Puck sent deep. Pass out in front. Net goes in. Seven to 2, 2:09 left in the second. Reed Bateson has the puck on his stick, brings it on the near side, shot towards the goal, intercepted by Rochester. They put it on the far side boards. Hilla holds it up on the boards. Carter Stark frees it up. Pass out to Bateson in the shooting slot. Shot goes wide right. Rochester carries it out. That gets past Kuhn, and then we have a break. 8-2. Finnerty carries it into the Fox zone, pass out in front. Gets kicked out to the far side, or near side corner. Martzke, pass back to Smilanich, shot gets blocked and carried out by Rochester. It'll be whistled for the offsides. 1:14 left in the second. Just a flurry of goals here, 8-2. Junior Americans lead. Moore and Smilanich on D. That's Evan Moore. Passes it to Lucas. Smilanich brings it in. Across the blue line. Sends a shot on goal that gets blocked. Real rebound attempt. Rochester brings it out. Martzke kicks it out of the zone to Lopshire. Parker Lopshire. But the Americans take control. Far side pass, now up pass. Moore steps and sends it out of the rink. Seven seconds. Actually, we're running clock, so we'll just hit the third period here. Third period action starts. 8-2. Fox trails. Draw won by the Americans. Enrique with us on its stick. Hunter Enrique walks in and puts it in. 10 seconds in. That's a good start. 8-3 the score. Face-off won by Rochester. They carried through the Fox zone. Jackson Kuhn with the puck along the near side, skates it to the center. D pass to Thornton. Kale sends a backhand pass to the neutral zone. Gets picked off, and Rochester brings it back into the Fox zone. Shot on Aiden Vitale goes over his head. Thornton now with it along the far side boards. And Fox Motors will go on the power play. 14-16 left in the third. 8-3 the score. Richmond wins the draw to Enrique. Shot on net gets blocked. Enrique another shot. That gets blocked by a player. Back to Enrique shot. Blocked again by the Rochester player. Hunter Enrique now battling for it behind the net and in the near side corner. Rochester sends one along the boards. Thornton there on the backhand. Stops it, but Rochester tries to be successful in getting it out of the zone. Liam Day regroups. Liam gets it around one player, brings it in. Liam, shot on goal. Rebound attempt cleared out by the defenders. Richmond gives chase. Nolan Richmond turns and tries to send it in the zone. He's successful, but Rochester puts it to the Fox end of the ice. This is Kellen Hilla wheeling it out. Backhand pass intercepted, but intercepted again by Kellen. On Enrique's stick, Hunter Enrique weaves his way through the defense. Shot towards goal. That's blocked. Sent along the near side boards. Carter Stark applying pressure. Smilanich then sends it to Hilla D. Kellen Hilla sends it to Stark. Carter Stark tries to carry it. Pass now by Rochester, intercepted by Martsky, and the D falls. Jake Martsky shot on goal, and that's scooped up by the Americans goalie. One second remains on the power play. Martsky wins the draw. Bateson sends it into the far side corner. Martsky now sends a pass to Smilanich at the point. Shot on net. Off the player's skate. Junior Americans get control in their zone. Behind the net they go with Martsky chasing. Jake Martsky. Rochester drives it through into the Fox zone. Smilanich the D giving pressure. Rochester carries it all the way through to the far side boards. Lucas Smilanich ties up. Hilla picks the pocket. Now Kellen walks it through the neutral zone. Off the boards, he sends it. Bateson now in the corner. Reed Bateson behind the Rochester net. Puts on the brakes. Martsky in to help, but Rochester keeps control. They wrap it around the boards to the near side for the breakout. Smilanich keeps it in the zone temporarily, but squirts out. Smilanich sends it back to Martsky, who knocks it down. Jake Martsky now. Martsky still has it in the near side corner, and we're going to get a penalty on Rochester. 11:33 left in the third. 8-3. Fox trailing. Richmond, Finnerty, and Lopshire up front for Fox. Moore and Thornton on D. Fox wins the draw. Back to Moore on D. Evan puts a shot on net. Goes wide right. Richmond getting control. Back pass to Thornton, who puts a shot on goal. That gets kicked off to the side. Richmond Infinity trying to dig it out of the corner. Richmond gets it on his stick. Sends a pass back to Thornton. Thornton puts it towards goal. That gets blocked on by a Rochester player. Rochester trying to make a pass up. That's blocked by Fox. Evan Moore has it on his stick. Evan makes an up pass to Lopshire. Parker carries it in. Fox loses it, but Thornton keeps it in the zone. Kale still trying to work it. Sends it deep behind the net. Lopshire there. Back pass to Finnerty. Finnerty puts it out front. Nobody there. Thornton's there. Shot on net. Right into the chest of the goalie. Rebound attempt. Saved by Rochester. Kuhn and Smilanich on D, Liam Day, Martsky, and Enrique up front for Fox. Martsky wins the draw. Smilanich puts a shot on. That's blocked by Rochester player. They are trying to get it out, but finally they do, and we get it offsides. 10:20 remaining in the third, 18 seconds left in the Fox Motors power play. Martsky will take the draw. Martsky loses it to Rochester, who sends a pass over the Fox defender for the ice. Martsky centers. Puck controlled by Rochester along the near side boards. They get it out of the zone, and the power play expires. Even strength. Smilanich pass on the near side to Enrique. Enrique sends it into the middle. Liam Day now with it on his stick. Liam drags it around one player. Liam shot on goal. Gets blocked into the corner. Liam kick pass to Enrique. Enrique sends a shot that gets blocked. Martsky gives chase, but Rochester carries it out. Good job by the forwards. Rochester, though, brings it back into the Fox zone. That's turnover. Martsky had it on his stick, still has it. He chips it out to Enrique. Enrique up pass to Liam Day. That gets deflected as it crossed the blue line. Liam's momentum carries him in, and Stark sends a backhand pass. Bateson trying to get it out of the Fox zone, not successful. Puck loose behind the Rochester net. Rochester has it. Richmond applying pressure. Pass out front. That gets past Stark and Moore. Moore sends a pass to the neutral zone that gets intercepted, but Richmond frees it up. Carter Stark and Richmond. Shot from the point. The rebound was untested and in. So 9-3 Rochester. Martzke carries it out of the Rochester zone. Rochester gets control, but Martzke gets it back. Jake Martzke in on net. Martzke shot no good. Lopshire misses the rebound. Puck now loose behind the net. Thornton Finnerty with some work. Puck ends up going across the far side boards. Rochester now carrying it out. Cale Thornton stepping up for pressure. Puck is cleared out to the near side for Lopshire. Parker with a pass that gets contested, but Parker now carries it through. Parker Lopshire along the right side. Shot on net, no rebound attempt. Cleared out. Thornton almost gets a shot. Rochester brings it out into the Fox zone. That was Kellen Hiller with a chip into the neutral. Martzke giving chase. Centering pass intercepted by Finnerty. Martzke with it, sends a pass up the middle that gets held in briefly, but Finnerty had a good chance to get it out, unsuccessful. Stack up here along the near side boards. It's Finnerty and Lopshire. Pass now along the far side. Face-off won by Rochester. Lucas Smilanich carries it behind the Fox net. Smilanich along the near side. Centering pass gets blocked. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Enrique battles for it. Hunter Enrique now carries it out. Hunter gets around a few Rochester players, but it's kept in. Kellen Hilla now in the far side corner with it. Kellen stops and reverses. Centering pass. Enrique intercepts. Breakout pass intercepted. Kellen Hilla into the boards. Puck is taken by Rochester. Back to their point-to-point pass. Shot on Vitale is blocked by Richmond. Rochester sends a shot off Vitale's helmet. Liam Day picks up along the far side board, but that's kept in by Rochester. Smilanich now takes it out. Lucas across the blue line, shot on goal just wide right, and covered up by the Rochester goalie. 3:45 left in the third. Running clock is the situation. 9-3, Rochester leads. Draw won by Rochester. Pass through the zone right on the tape of a Rochester player. Shot on Vitale, blocked by Thornton before it could get there. Good job covering. Cale Thornton now carries it through the neutral zone and into the Rochester zone. Thornton back pass to Martzke. Almost connected. Nice play by Cale. Rochester carries it through the neutral zone. Carter Stark steps and intercepts. Carter battling along the far side boards. Puck gets tied up in front of the player's box. Carter still trying to advance 1 inch at a time. Martzke gets the puck free, but back into the scrum it goes. Martzke frees it again. And now Rochester breaks it out. Centering pass, that gets blocked. Back out to the point it goes. Point-to-point passing by Rochester. Carter Stark makes the turnover. Carter now on a rush. 2-on-1. Stark. Pass over to Bateson. Shot and in. Nine to 4, 2:15. That stops the clock. Left in the third. Nine to 4, Rochester leads. 2 minutes left in the third. Neutral zone play. Rochester brings it into the Fox zone. Jackson Kuhn applies good pressure. Backhand pass to the point man, who sends it in deep behind the Fox net. Smilanich has control, but pass not connected and kept in by Rochester. Smilanich again. Rochester still has puck control. Back to the point. Richmond comes in on the puck. Sent into the corner. That's Finnerty with a pass back behind the net where Kuhn has some space. Jackson Kuhn tries to get it out. And now Smilanich has it. Smilanich off the glass. One bounces down into the Rochester zone. Lopshire applies some pressure. That puck now leaving the Fox zone. Hilla and Smilanich on D. Smilanich .30 seconds left in the third. Shot on goal does not go in. Puck cleared away. Another shot blocked by Vitale. Lucas Smilanich now sends one into the player bench. Definitely a few moments of good play here, but not one of the finest performances by Fox. Lots of improvement material generated from this game. Evan Moore sends it along the boards. Liam Day carries. 10 seconds left. And that'll do it. 9-4 the final. We'll be back this afternoon. Happy Saturday.